Hi, I want to make a quick video on service level agreements, which is SLAs, and clear the air on how BPO companies perceive SLAs, especially as seen by first time outsourcers, and share some of the best practices that I have come across over the years. So, let me first start with addressing the elephant in the room. That is, do BPO companies like service level agreements, or they have to sign up because their clients want them to sign up? Yeah, so that's the elephant. So the clear answer is BPO companies love service level agreements. Why do we love service level agreements or SLAs? That's because there is no better way to have a common understanding on how we are performing for the clients and ensure that client stakeholders also believe the same. So we don't want to be in a situation where we start an engagement with a client, support the client for a couple of months, and be in a situation where client believes that the company, the service provider, is doing a bad job, while the service company thinks that they are doing a phenomenal job. You don't want to be in that misunderstanding. So both the parties should be on the same page. And how do you bring both the parties on the same page? By having agreed SLAs and reporting on those SLAs as per agreed timelines. So when you do that, you ensure that both the parties have the same understanding on how services are being delivered. Now, this is not always the case. Sometimes you sign 5-year deals and you sign certain SLAs at the beginning of the engagement, and those SLAs are based on clients' objectives, and objectives change. Yeah, client objective changes because the business environment changes, but SLAs sometimes remain the same. So you're reporting on certain SLAs and you're reporting them all green, but when you really dig in deep, you see everything is red. Yeah, that we call it watermelon effect, where everything is green on the top, but scratch the surface, everything is red. So how do we manage this? So here comes the first best practice. We need to have a right governance structure, and in these governance meeting, we need to keep re-looking on service level agreements. Are we measuring all the objectives that the company has? Yeah, and if some of the objectives are not being met, then we need to add service level agreements. So 10 years ago, especially in HR outsourcing, measuring employee satisfaction, candidate satisfaction was not very prevalent. Yeah, maybe at best there was a survey sent, and that's pretty much it. But today we have much more complicated, complex way in which we are able to measure the experience truly, 360 degrees. So if SLAs don't keep up, then you're not measuring that, and when you're not measuring that, then the watermelon effect happens. So that's first thing. Keep re-looking on your SLAs. Second thing is having too many SLAs, right? If you have 30 SLAs signed up, then what happens is when an SLA becomes red, the key stakeholder is thinking whether this is an important SLA that you missed, or is it a not so important SLA that was missed. So there is a red which is like truly red, and then there is another red which is more like an amber. You don't want to have that. Yeah, I mean, if an SLA turns red, it's red. There cannot be two different treatment for the same color. So have a manageable set of SLAs and ensure that a red is a red irrespective of which SLA is being missed. One another suggestion I would give is to ensure that you are not measuring SLAs only globally, and this I'm talking for very large companies with presence across multiple countries. Because when you look at SLAs as a whole, it's quite possible that you might be green, but regional leaders they are experiencing something else, and it turns out that they are experiencing something red, and then you have a split where some people, some stakeholders at client side are not happy, they have a different opinion, but the service provider leadership has a different opinion. So ensure that SLAs are reported at least at a regional level, and you're not just presenting a cumulative global SLAs. So I'll leave you with these three thoughts. But the key point I want to drive is BPO companies love service level agreements. They want service level agreements to be up to date, and capturing whether these SLAs are truly addressing the objectives of the business. So with that, I'll take leave of you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.